Tomorrow evening, Bertie Wooster and the ever-resourceful Jeeves are involved in the delayed exit of Claude and Eustace as we move to 1966 for one of those incredible tangles starring Ian Carmichael and Dennis Price. P.G. Woodhouse's The World of Wooster is tomorrow at 10:35. In a couple of minutes, Michael Fish will be here with the stark reality of the late-night weather forecast. But first, let the nostalgia continue with one of our Interlude films, which first rolled and crashed its way across the screen in the early 1950s. It's the one called, for obvious reasons, Rough Sea on Rocks. Well, in case you've just switched on, I'd better hastily point out that that wasn't the weather forecast, but with all that sea as a prelude, tonight's weatherman must be Michael Fish.
Thank you very much. I'll get my own back one day, or even maybe change my name, or perhaps both. Actually, that particular piece of film wasn't all that appropriate, because the seas will not be rough at all in the next few days. Quite a gentle breeze and a gentle look to the weather, as a matter of fact, with this area of high pressure not very far away, pushing a ridge in towards the continent. The trouble is, though, we have winds coming in from the west, and they've brought in a good deal of cloud throughout today, and may well do so again tomorrow. And we have some weak frontal systems in the flow as well, and they're doing more than just bringing in cloud. They're bringing one or two spots of rain as well. But I think we'll get rid of them, and then at least for the southern half of the country, it looks as if we're going to have a day or two of fine and dry weather, somewhat warmer weather too, with some sunshine. But northern areas will continue to be troubled by weak frontal systems such as that one, and have a little rain from time to time. However, that's a long way off. Let's first of all look at the picture for midday tomorrow, which shows the first of those weak frontal systems moving down across the country, followed by somewhat brighter weather from the northwest. But back to tonight now, and it's a pretty cloudy picture, I think, for just about all parts of the country. Perhaps some breaks in the cloud to begin with in that southeastern corner, but they'll soon be filling in. And then a cloudy, rather damp, misty night in many places. The odd spot of light rain and drizzle in the wind just here and there, but at least a none too cold night anywhere. And then for tomorrow, well, I think for much of the country, starting off with a good deal of cloud, maybe just a short period of brightness in the southeastern corner and a bit of brightness from time to time in the far north of Scotland, mixed in with a few showers. But most places starting off cloudy, and here and there there'll be one or two spots of light rain and drizzle as well. I don't think it'll be long, though, before the rain, if there is any in northwestern parts, dies away and the weather there begins to brighten up. And then as the day goes on, we're going to find this brighter weather coming down from the northwest, so that eventually, I think by the end of the afternoon, it should have brightened up just about everywhere, and even the southeastern corner will have some sunshine before the end of the day. Now, despite any brightness, I don't think it'll be particularly warm. 17, 19 centigrade is only the mid-60s Fahrenheit. Well, that's it. A very good night to you.
And now, a special message to blood donors who are moving house. Did you remember to give your new address to your local blood transfusion center? We can't afford to lose a single donor. And we can't afford to lose you.
That was a public information film. Now, before we close, a look at tomorrow night on BBC One. At 6:20, the Wednesday film is Carry On Cruising, with hijinks on the high seas, where most of the passengers are less interested in dining at the captain's table and more concerned with finding a bit of crumpet. Then at 7:50, there's a chance to see again, from the very beginning, the story of Audrey Forbes Hamilton and Richard de Vere in To the Manor Born. There's a change of mood at 8:15 when Tomorrow's World at Large takes a serious but certainly not a gloomy look at old age and the frail final stages of life, as Judith Hann meets the patients in Amersham Hospital's geriatric ward. After the 9 o'clock news, Chicago Stories at 9:25, followed by The World of Worcester at 10:35, and at 11:10 Sir Harold Wilson recalls the last phase of his political career in the 20th Century Remembered. That's tomorrow night. Well, now the time's just after 2 minutes to midnight, and it's time for us to go. On behalf of all of us working on BBC One, this is Malcolm Island saying thank you for being with us and wishing you a very good night. Good night.